Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Do not have the microphone on. You've got to be kidding me, Bill. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is, it's Monday. It's Monday. We are 4 minutes into this thing, and it's Monday. All right. I'll tell you what. I said some sensational stuff. I mean, absolutely phenomenal stuff. it's one of those things where it's kind of like in the Forrest Gump movie. Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks' character, he gets asked to come up and speak, and he's back from Vietnam, and they ask him to go up and talk about the war and everything, and everybody's like, "Oh, what's he going to say?" And then you see everybody around him; they can hear him within earshot, crying because it was so good, it was so moving, it was so sensational. But they had unplugged the speech, so no one could hear it. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with my stuff was so sensational that people would be moved to tears. Or maybe just moved to tears laughing at me because I went for 4 minutes. That is a basic thing. You would think that wouldn't happen. But it's not a microphone. Like I have the microphone right here, so I think it's on. But you have to put the slide up. So if you're just joining us, we covered a lot of ground. No, we didn't. We talked. So we talked about some high school football. Was that on, or was that the microphone still down? Okay, so we'll start with high school football because that's where we left off. High school football, Steubenville Big Red, a winner on Friday. They will play Bishop Watterson in the regional finals this Friday. St. Clairsville also winning. They'll play Indian Valley in the regional finals this Friday. In the rest of the local teams in Ohio lost, so they're out. So those are our two teams in Ohio that we're following locally. And in West Virginia, the court has scheduled, they've granted they want to expedite the process for the court case where people have filed injunctions against the state in terms of the high school football commission. So they're trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do, if they're going to play this weekend, if they're going to be allowed to play this weekend, where will they play, when will they play, what will the seeds be, how will that all work out? So that's all going to happen. So we'll have more on that coming up a little bit later. We'll talk about the National Football League, Steelers, Browns, Ravens, and all of that coming up. But first, we have to start with Mickey Mouse. Why Mickey Mouse? Well, because it's his birthday. Mickey Mouse. Mortimer Mouse, known as Mickey, born on this day, November 18th, in 1928. And believe it or not, Jordan, Jordan's not talking a lot today because she lost her voice yelling at a couple of football games, yelling at the Pitt game, yelling at the Steelers TV set. Or did you go to the game? Did not go to the game, so probably yelling at the TV set. But then we do know this, watching the Jonas Brothers from the Grey Cup Hall halftime show, they were on, so may have been yelling about that. But anyways, so she's not saying a whole lot. She's being very quiet. So anyways, Mickey Mouse birthday. Now, I don't know if you know, I didn't know this today. Maybe I knew it and didn't remember it, but it was a rabbit named Oswald that turned into Mickey Mouse. So I didn't know that. Sorry, didn't know. Jordan is looking at me like, what? How did you not know that? I didn't know my microphone wasn't on for 4 minutes. So it's not a stretch to think I wouldn't know about Oswald the rabbit. All right, so then the rabbit turns into the mouse, Mortimer, November 18th, 1928. Steamboat Willie premieres in New York City with Mickey Mouse at the pilot wheel of the boat going down the river. An absolute sensation. Just everybody loved Mickey Mouse Club. Now, this is where I think it's very interesting because remember, it's 1928. So the Great Depression, it had just begun. The stock market crash happened 20 days before Mickey Mouse premiered or was born. But they immediately took advantage of Mickey Mouse in terms of how he would help, especially kids. So Steamboat Willie comes out. And so all of a sudden, they come up with a Mickey Mouse Club. Someone has the bright idea, Mickey Mouse Club, in Salem, Oregon. So what do? Well, there's no money. Nobody has any money to go anywhere because of the stock market crash. So what they do for admission to the Mickey Mouse Club in Salem, Oregon, 1 penny. Pay a penny or a potato, or if you have a toy, you could come in and make a donation. So how did that go? Well, $12, 3 truckloads of potatoes and toys collected for the Salvation Army. So right away, taking advantage of the popularity of Mickey Mouse. So I just think that's a great story on how you can use something to not only better your own situation, because Walt Disney and everybody that was in business, they wanted to make money off of Mickey Mouse, but then to not only do that, but also to help kids and give them some good spirits, give them some good feelings while they were going through a lot of uncertainty with the stock market crash and the Great Depression of the 1930s. So Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie, born on this day, November 18th, 2024. Now, of course, Mickey Mouse goes from being Steamboat Willie and just this new sensation to now being worldwide mega trillion billionaire, whatever, just runs the whole show. It's National Princess Day for the little ones out there, National Princess Day. And if you'd like a bowl of soup, today is to get a bowl of cold vichyssoise. Jordan is making faces and shaking her head no. Vichyssoise is a cold soup, sometimes can be served warm. That's what I read. Cold soup, pureed leeks, onion, potatoes, cream, and chicken stock. Traditionally served cold, sometimes eaten hot. Jordan, I'm taking it you've never tried vichyssoise. I haven't either. I don't know why I'm trying to make it sound like I'm, you should eat this. But anyways, it might be something to try. National Vichyssoise Day. I don't know where you would get that. I guess you would have to go to a restaurant or make it yourself. So, do I attempt that today? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. We'll leave that to the experts. All right. So, National Football League action. Some big games coming up. Again, Mickey Mouse's birthday, but yesterday, a really good game. If you like defensive football, and I don't know if I'd like that every week, but every once in a while, Steelers, Ravens, they just play defensive football. Steelers win at 18-16. Chris Boswell, 3's the magic number. Multiply it 6 times, and it's the magic winning number of 18. 6 field goals for Chris Boswell. I've seen him do it before. I've seen it in person, covering them. And yeah, and he's done it years prior, and he's so low key about it. So after the game, I'm just doing my job. Well, it was a gale force win. Just doing my job. But he got it done. Steelers improved to 8-2. Ravens now 7-4, and all of a sudden that lead is a little more comfortable in the AFC North. Now Cleveland goes to New Orleans, loses 35-14. They had it tied at 14. But then New Orleans took over, wins at 35-14. Cincinnati goes to the Chargers. They lose 34-27. So Cincinnati's now 4-7. Cleveland's now 2-8. Basically, it's a 2-team race for the AFC North, and the Steelers have the tiebreaker, the initial one. The Steelers' first divisional game, 1-0 in the division. Now, Thursday night, the Steelers have to back this up. But all of you Browns fans out there, they will be looking to get the upset of upsets. Browns 2-8, Steelers 8-2. Here's the line for you: -3.5. Steelers favored by 3.5. The over/under 38.5. I don't know if there's going to be that many points scored in this one. And then Cleveland is plus 170 on the money line, and this is a Thursday night game. 8:15 on Prime Video if you're looking for the game. So Thursday night, Steelers, Browns. Browns fans, I mean, it's another rough season. And this could be one of those games where you say, all right, we may have had a bad season, but we knocked off the Steelers, put a wrench into their works for their drive to the postseason, drive to a division championship. You're going to play them twice now in the next few weeks. But Thursday night should be an interesting short week for both teams. Jameson Winston put up some big numbers yesterday in New Orleans, but did not result in a win. Steelers fans out there, now you have to be thinking, we have to back this up. As Coach Tomlin always would say when I was covering the team, and he still says, you got to stack those wins. Stack those wins. In November, football is when the rubber meets the road. So the Steelers, they are in a prime position. 8-2 after 10 games. Win 3 more games, you should be in the playoffs, one way or the other. Win 4, you're at 12. Should win the division. Look at my math. I can't remember to put the microphone on, but I can do simple math. So anyways, that should be a good game. Jordan, what are we thinking about that game? I know you're not talking, but what are you thinking? Blowout? Close one? She says it should be a blowout, but it's the Steelers and the Browns, so it'll probably be a close game on a Thursday night. So and those games on Thursday nights get a little crazy. There's some history on Thursday nights that it gets a little wild. So there you are. And then next week, now this I'm telling you, this could be this could end the race really. Not to call it too soon, but if the Steelers can beat Cleveland on Thursday, they go to 9-2. If the Chargers, they are at home playing the Ravens on Monday night, so the Ravens have to go all the way across the country, take on Justin Herbert and the Jordans. big fan of the Chargers. They would, if they lose, they're 7-5. Steelers are 9-2. That's starting to look more and more difficult for someone to come back on the Steelers in terms of the division. But there's still a long way to go, as they say. What do you think? Anybody interested in commenting on the Chiefs and Buffalo Bills? Jordan says it was awesome. I did pick the Bills in that one. I just thought it was time for them to win at home. And Jordan says time for the Chiefs. So Jordan not feeling the Chiefs too much. Okay. She does not want a three-peat. She wants the Steelers' 7th Super Bowl championship, right? There you go. So Jordan's called it. She don't want the three-peat. But the Chiefs still 9-1 after 10 games. So they are still doing well. And Brian checking in. College football to talk about now. Buckeyes have a big game against Indiana. Brian ain't lying. Absolutely. Brian, what do you think? How do you think this thing goes? Because Indiana, they just gave their head coach 8-year contract, $72 million. Woo! Someone's buying Christmas presents for everybody. $72 million over 8 years. Tell me that Indiana looked at the coach, found the coach they wanted. He comes in one season, has seemingly turned this whole thing around, and they went, he's not getting away. Here's the truck. We're going to back it up to the vault. How much do you need? $72 million. You know, I'll be on a rocking chair on a porch in Bloomington, Indiana for the rest of my life. So congratulations to him. And the Hoosiers, they are the real deal. They have played very, very well. Now, have they played in a game this big? Anytime in recent ever? No. This will be the biggest game in Indiana Hoosier football history. Absolutely, without a doubt. And as Brian says, 10-0 definitely has my attention. So they're going to be now. That one's in Columbus, if I'm correct. It's in Columbus. Is it a noon start, or are they waiting to determine when that's going to be played? Because if that's a nighttime game, oof, that could be interesting. That would be to Indiana's disadvantage. I think their advantage would be if they played it at noon, because I really think, it's at noon. I think that helps. Yeah, I think that helps Indiana. Because the thing, it's like when Miami plays. And I'm just speaking because that's where I went. But Miami likes being in the spotlight. Miami likes being under the lights. Noon kickoff. But noon for Indiana at the Horseshoe, the crowd's going to be enormous, as it always is. It's going to be ramped up, but it would be more ramped up at night. So I think that's a little advantage to Indiana. Now the thing is, can they play with the Buckeyes? In Ohio State, they have that one loss to Oregon out on the road, out on the West Coast. So that's a monster game, and I believe it's going to be on Fox 9. I believe that might be the case. So we will be getting ready for that one. There it is on Fox. Speaking of the Miami Hurricanes, 9-1, they'll be playing at noon as well on ESPN against Wake Forest. Wow, that's a barn burner. Wake Forest 4-6, Miami 9-1. Miami can't stub their toe anymore. They got the one loss to Georgia Tech. Saw that coming. But they need to win there, and they need to win their final game against Syracuse. That could be a stumbling block. My dad's university, where I was born. Ooh. Orange in my life from the time I was born. The Orangeman, and then, the University of Miami with the orange and green. Didn't realize it. Didn't realize orange was going to be my favorite color. All right. Ooh, Corey checking in. Look at the big float. And is that where? What is that, Corey? Is that on a cruise ship? Is that a Disneyland, Disney World? Where are we at? The profile picture. I'm not sure what that is. Is it Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse birthday today, everybody. Browns will cover the 3.5-point spread. Steelers win 20-18, but the best team in the AFC is a 3-team race: Bills, Steelers, and Chiefs. All right. Can't argue that. All right. Close win. Yeah, I kind of expected it. It's the Browns. That'll be their Super Bowl, their home game on Thursday night. The Steelers just have to keep taking care of business if they wanted to win the division. Browns desperate just to get wins. So Corey with the prediction. I didn't know that. College game day will be there for the Buckeyes in Indiana. Why not? It should be a great game, great atmosphere. Columbus will be rocking. It'll be the center of the college football universe on Saturday, and we'll have it for you on Fox 9. So a lot going on, but the biggest thing of the day, obviously, not college football, not the Steelers, not the pros. It is Mickey Mouse. Come on, Mickey. Happy birthday, Mickey Mouse. Happy birthday. Profile pic is the big chair outside of Voodoo Donut at the City Walk at Universal Studios. All right. How were the donuts? Were they good? Got to get a what do they call them? A review. Need a review on the donuts at Voodoo Donuts at City Walk, Universal Studios. So there you have it, everybody. We're going to leave it there for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Greatly appreciate it. Want to thank Valley Converting for their partnership with the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We greatly appreciate it, and we can't thank them enough. We can't thank you enough for being part of the 9-Minute Phill-Up. And remember, 2 rules, everybody. Have fun and always try your best. So enjoy and celebrate Mickey Mouse today. Big birthday. Jordan says she's going to celebrate with a big bowl of Vichyssoise. It's National Vichyssoise Soup Day. Cold soup for everybody. So we will leave it there. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.